Hey, welcome back to the PoE Randomizer Challenge. My name's Joe Arbus, and we're gonna continue on with our Ice Nova Occultist. Last time we got until Act 6, even began it a little bit, and we're gonna be continuing that. You need a reminder on the rules, here they are. All is the same as usual. But let me just open up Path of Exile, just to give you a chance to read the rules. Alright, now I can switch to this display. And we are back with our character. So, how further up did we get? So we need to go back to the riverways and end this chapter. Let me deposit these rogues markers and let's get back there. We're also close to a level up. Maybe let's farm for that. These enemies should be enough for that. More damage now. So we're up to 4k when we have our 4 power charges. So do I really need to kill the menagerie monsters? I don't think so. Just kill a couple of these bosses and there we go. We've reached level 51. Do need to talk a little bit quieter. It is actually 11 o'clock and some people are sleeping. But hopefully you can hear me just fine. And we got our first 6-piece. Unfortunately, it is a two-handed axe, which we can't use, but maybe a different character can. Alright, so we were last time investing into the energy, shield, and mana, so let's go right there. And if we head to the right side here, there's gonna be the exit to the next stage. Now, we are aiming for level 55, somewhere around that, probably one level higher, so that we're able to get everything from the energy shield, ring I guess, I don't know how you call that, the whole segment. And of course the reason we want to do that is so we can start going into the second labs. We could do so now, but I'd rather play it a little bit more safe. Now, I think you can see right there that it actually condenses multiple Scrolls of Wisdom into a single drop, which is really good. Makes it so that you don't have to pick up each one individually. But I'm not sure if the loot filter does that or is that a default function in Path of Exile. Now I probably need to head up here because we can see a tiny bit of land. Hard to see probably on video, but trust me, it's there. And we need to find a way across. There it is. I never liked the bleeding sound effect, it just sounds like someone's pissing. Okay, now off to the Cavern of Anger, nothing else to do here. You do get this quest to introduce yourself to the members of the ring, which is in the Rogue's Harbor, but I'm not just gonna do it. So this is nice. We could have seen her before, but we can skip all the optional dialogue. Doesn't really matter. Realistically, I should probably make it so that I'm around around 10k damage at this point. Just possible because I was just farming the first labyrinth recently, and I got up to 8k, I believe. Of course, that was with a different skill, but I think this one has an even higher damage output. So sometimes the wildwood enemies will cross over, that's why you see the annoying ass frogs. Is that everyone? Let's check the scepter, maybe the helmet as well. Alright. Now let's have higher evasion. Other than that, it sucks. So let's not use it. And this one, too many physical damage shenanigans. Oh, thank you. Alright. Thank you. Would have been nice if it was something we could actually use, but still. So, no point in going over there, because that's gonna lead to the hideout. So let's explore this region right here. Fortunately, it's a dead end. So maybe we need to go over in this direction instead then. Soldier's gloves unfortunately aren't gonna be useful to us, so we can ignore those. Thought this was a dead end. So there's still one more place we can explore. Of course we can explore down there, but I don't think that's the correct way. Yeah, there we go. And we're off to the beacon. Beacon is actually a kinda dangerous place, I could say. And that mostly has to do with the fact that we're gonna have to do the little mini quest to advance further. But not before getting another level. That's an apparition, so we can ignore him. He's gonna just disappear after a little bit. Okay, this is against the healer. And we can get another point here. So we need 2 more points, and probably we're gonna take something from the mastery. We could have already taken something over here, but I'm not sure yet which one I would want. Probably I want the helmet with energy shield, because then we can double its effect from one of the masteries. Which sounds like a good investment. Especially since our chest plate probably is going to be evasion based, although that is going to be hard to manage.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Because if our helmet is going to be energy shield and our chest plate is going to be energy shield, well then our total not energy shield but evasion is going to have to come from purely boots, yeah, it's just boots and our gloves. It's not going to be too much. Ideally, we would go with the hybrid on our chestplate. That way we guarantee at least a good chance to get some blue sockets to appear. We can even use some of the green sockets to also boost our damage. So even though we're 3 levels above the level of this zone, you'd see that we can still accumulate experience quite fast. So only after you're like 5 to 7 levels ahead of the current monster level, then you're gonna see some diminishing returns. Right? So I actually prefer these ones. It is full on prefixes, but the thing that's really nice is the spell suppression. Yeah, it's only 6%, but still, that's another source we can get with. It could save us another point on the skill tree. So this is gonna be refueling the beacon. We need to stand inside of this circle for this contraption to keep moving, but that's gonna keep spawning enemies, and the further we travel, the harder it's gonna be. Once these dragon statues start spamming away. Now if it gets dicey, we are gonna retreat a little bit. So far, we seem to be doing good. Two more should spawn. There we go. Okay, let's wait until it goes inside. No. It's one down.
Too much clutter.
Alright. So, our inventory is full. Let's get back to Ionized Watch.
Good tidings to you. Time and tide wait for no man.
And let's also deposit these weapons. There wasn't anything good for me, right? Yeah, this was fire-based, so that doesn't work. This one is decent on life. Slightly lesser than our current one. Now, let's make these gloves work. Do our current ones, they give 7% cold resist. We are at, oh, we're at 115. So we don't have to worry about that. So what do I want? Honestly, nothing from here. Yeah. So is it even better to switch to these gloves? I mean, we do need our evasion up. That was kind of the whole point. And with 57 life, it's much better. Right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna craft 6 to 9 to all attributes. And why not? So, a little less energy shield, but more evasion, and we start stacking it. Just so that after we put in... Really, Grace is already 170? We're 4 off. And since we're 4 off, even if we get the max roll for these, wouldn't really do anything. It's only +3. Okay, time to switch out the cold resist. And let's add dexterity back. Bit of a waste, but eh. Now we can go back to Ionized Watch and do the rest of the bacon. Yeah, I thought so. Coiled ones aren't exactly all that good. For us, since their base is lightning damage. Okay, good. Let's keep those levels coming. Avoid the balls of death. And the rest should be easy. Although, someone's really doing some damage. Okay, we have 1 boots, 2 boots. And the rest of us, with this we don't care about. Anything good. compared to our boots, we get a great deal of energy shield. Other than that, yeah, so these aren't gonna be it, Chief. Also, we can't craft movement speed on them. And these ones increases attack speed, evasion, rarity, fire resistant movement speed. If that was cast speed, then yeah, these could be our best in slot. Sadly, no. So now that we did the minigame, let's first get ourselves the level up. And press the switch, and don't forget to press on the beacon.
So you're the shape. Don't think I'm going to be bored.
Now we can sail to the island of boss battles. Well, technically singular. And we should get another level up from all the mobs here. It's quite dense population.
When I'm ready and not ready.
These jeweler's orbs, not bad. So there is either a guy or a totem here. Yeah, it's this guy. This is the annoying one. He gives invincibility aura. Even though we're killing these while the aura is on, you can see we're not doing little to no damage. Well, basically no damage. There's probably one change I have to make to boost our damage. We go here. We are looking for... I think we should need to go back to Consecrated Effect. So let's check it out. 3-2. 3-1, but as soon as we get a couple of level ups in the gym, which should happen faster, because gem levels are easier to get in higher stages. I think it will work better. Yeah, our area is a little bit lesser, but doesn't really matter. At least not now. And you can see we're almost level 2 with the gem, so yeah, leveling's a bit faster. At what level was this? It was already 11. So it will take some time to catch up, but it's gonna work out better. I would say, no, of course it's 3-7 because of the power charges. Now if we look, yeah, our critical strike chance is up to 21%. So every 5 hits we do 1.5 damage. We're gonna boost those numbers. So we get applied a random mark. We are likely to be critically hit, take more damage from critical hits, and you grant life mana and a power charge when killed. Okay. That part we probably don't care about. Oh no, the monster's gonna get some life. Oh, and we finally see it. I was kind of curious why it didn't happen a bit sooner in this act. But this is the Abyss. How it works is that you keep following the little icon right here and you need to kill these enemies spawn for it to progress. So you see, we killed a couple of them. You don't have to kill the rare enemy that comes out. You do need to kill the little ones. And after some time, once it ends, we'll be rewarded with a treasure chest. And it seems like... yeah, it's closed so we can move on. I think there is also a chance that it can spawn a boss, but I'm not sure if it does so at this low level. Yeah, we got the Abyssal Troll. Really straightforward league. It seems like someone's siphoning off flasks. Yeah, it's this guy. That can be a problem, so maybe let's leave him alone. Okay, we got the hypnotic guy. Let's just boogie out of there. This one I will kill, just so we can afterwards check out what we got. Okay, maybe finally we'll get a decent helmet for our energy shield needs. But this one's full. Yeah, and it's not full with the best kind of parameters we could have gotten. Let's just identify everything we want here. Now, what are the hypnotic guys? They're kind of similar to the jewels that you get. You can also use them in the jewel sockets here, and they grant benefits. Maybe we're gonna want to get into two-handed weapons. This looks like a decent hypnotic eye. Now, the other thing it can do is that you can place it in an abyssal socket. Abyssal socket is... they can come from certain types of gear. They can have sockets like that. And it basically means that you can socket it here. And so instead of red, green, blue, or white, it's gonna be an abyssal socket where you can stack in these jewels. Alright. Let's go back to camp real quick. Get our inventory a bit cleaner. What was this mask like? Yeah, nothing too interesting. Don't need that. These boots, not boots but gloves. What about these? Guess not. This one here. Yeah, if it didn't roll mana but it rolled life instead. I would be happy with this piece, but since it didn't, I just sell it. And let's place this bad boy over here. And will I need this? Probably not, so let's get rid of it.
When I'm ready and not before.
The less area effect is a little bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Just need to stay a bit closer to the enemies. Yeah, even now we're like up to 5k damage. Well, howdy. Not like I really need this, but to be honest, that amount of life, just can't say no to. So we're gonna craft percentage evasion. We basically only lose, we even get the max roll. We lose a little bit of evasion, but who cares about that? Oh god damn, really? How much does this give? Plus 19. We're 133. Race needs 117. We're 3 short. I know how to solve this issue.
Good tidings to you. Time and
Let's grab like 6 of them. Now we can switch it. We're just 117. Finally the higher roll happened. Actually I kinda hate it how it can roll the same value. Don't think that's really all that fair. But hey, that's just my opinion. We don't want to mess with that guy, he's gonna siphon off all our flasks, so let's just head up here, although I doubt it's the way to go. Yeah, I think we should head to the right side there.
When I'm ready and not before.
Pretty sure we need to head this direction, yeah. Now I doubt we're gonna get another level before the boss, but the next boss is quite don't mind if I do. And it's 4 linked, that's decent. So now let's grab Insightfulness. Yeah, we do get a little bit of reduced mana cost, but honestly, maybe at this point, I could use maybe a little bit of reduction. Okay, so let's head in here.
So courageous. Such a fine example of womanhood. I simply knew you wouldn't disappoint me. See, His Majesty could never be satiated on his wedding day by one bride alone.
Oh my god.
Thank you, my new sister. I shall always treasure your company.
So this is the historical battle, which is really accurate against the giant enemy crab. It's a really easy fight. Mostly you just stay behind him, he can't hit you, and when he does his little watery shield, you just run around. Now it does have a couple of phases though. We'll see one shortly. Gotta remember to apply the debuff. Okay, so we reach one phase, the waters close in, and these lightning bolts start raining down. But they have a short delay, so we can easily see where they're gonna be. Can we face tank this? Seems like we can't. Okay, closing in again. So how much damage does this do? Hits us. We'll test it out in the next phase.
When I'm ready and not before.
So the whole gimmick here is that you get less and less space to maneuver around as the boss's HP goes down. But if you're well prepared in terms of life and energy shield or other defensive means, not a problem whatsoever. So we're gonna see one more phase here. Now, how much damage do these do? About 500 energy shield. There we go. Now, is that so difficult?
Born of ocean's mire,
Meh.
and death washed
But it
clean
is
of dark
6 socket and 4 link. Is this any good? Not really.
and thus
So finally we got our first major pantheon. As you can see over here, these are all minor gods. This is a major god. And we cannot be stunned if you've been stunned or blocked a stunning hit in the past 2 seconds. Good.
Hold on to your cup.
Now we sail off to Act 7.
Now, always keep your eyes on the horizon.
Should probably start sorting my inventory a little bit better. What do we have over here? 728 evasion. With some kind of garbage rolls. Not even sure why I'm keeping this one around. And what about this one? 813. But cannot craft any prefixes. Yeah, but it's decent with its life. So honestly, I just don't see it when I'm gonna actually use something like that. And this one is armor and energy shield. Too bad. Do we have anything else we can use? Actually, there is. Let's go to our belts. We did have this one. Grants us more energy shield, resistances, and a bunch of stuff. 77 maximum, yeah. We do lose our 70 life, so that's gonna take a hit, but we are really good on life at the moment. So I think... yeah, we make up for that with our energy shield. And we're just gonna get phasing.
That would just make life
Although,
complicated.
is it ever gonna... You have phasing if energy shield recharge started recently. Do wonder about that. 'Cause technically we don't recharge our shield. We leech it. Our recharge option is kind of disabled. Yeah, I don't see any phasing. So because of the Ghost Reaver, that actually isn't the best build for us. Okay, good to know. Yes, it grants us evasion and energy shield, which is something we want, but it's kind of hoping for the additional effects. Though maybe let's look at it again. So we would gain elemental resistances, which would definitely help later on. Excuse me, could you not? Okay, so this one... what do we lose? Elemental damage with attack skills, but we don't care about that. +3 to energy shield, but we get what more than that on that one. We do lose 73 life, but I can live with that, because I have life on other gear. So we would only care about the top part. Anything that's related to phasing would be useless. I still think it's better. Now maybe later on we're gonna find a better build. I should probably drop this and keep it for a different character.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Would be nice to get a unique helmet that has energy shield on it, because those usually have at least 200. So if that's 200, with all of our investments in energy shield, that would be, let's say, up to 400. And we can even double that up. Would be nice to use this, even if there's less life. Because of the hybrid mods, we're able to craft increased evasion and energy shield, which would bump this up. Yeah, we're missing the... we're gonna need that +9 attributes. We also lose the chance to suppress spell damage, which is good to have, but currently it is only 6%, so... don't think I actually explained how spell suppression works. So, essentially, it's chance to suppress 50% of the incoming spell damage. So if you get it up to 100, you're always going to suppress 50% of the incoming spell damage. Quite useful. Spider silk robes, right? Don't think they're gonna be better than our current ones. Can always look. Yeah. Well, they're actually not that bad. So we did get in one of those crates a locket, which we can do over to Whale, and however, that quest is entirely optional, so I'm not gonna rush to do it.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Okay, that's Grace now, it needs 121. Which level is it? It's already 11. I may consider putting the next level up into plus 30 dexterity. That way we can stop with the ridiculous hunt for crafting gear. Alright, so first we're gonna head up top here. There are two places we need to get to. First I'm gonna go to the Chamber of Sins. So someone reviving corpses or something? No, this one explodes corpses. Check out the coral amulet. Don't mind if I do. Another question we're gonna have to answer at some point. I think that's my first orb of enrollment. I'm serious. And it drops in frickin' Act 7. Huh. Well, what it does is, like it says, it removes a random modifier. Now you don't know which one it's gonna remove, so it can be risky. But it has its uses, let's say. It's mostly used in more advanced crafting. Let's say cake would be a good example. We had one. Okay, let's say I really dislike the +9 to maximum energy shield and I would like just craft it myself. That would make this item god tier, right? Or something. So that means I could use the orb to hopefully remove one of these, and then I could craft something else instead. Of course I have something crafted on here, but that's the general gist. What about the Amulet? Increased spell damage, increased armor, mana, and chaos resistance. Decent, but we're not using armor, so no thank you. Although I think there could be a use for it in the future.
When I'm ready, not
Wouldn't be the worst amulet for someone who is speccing in armor. Because if we get something like... oh, what would be good? Unwavering stance, I guess, that we cannot evade, and we would have to go with armor. Then... yeah, an armor spellcaster, for instance. Well, is it that bad? Well, compared to ours, yes. So this is a familiar place. Chamber of Sins, we've been here. Now it's a little bit different looking. And this time we are gonna be using this little device here. But before we can do that, let's go back to the crossroads. Head to the opposite side. Last time we didn't actually explore this place, because it was only filled with optional content in Act 2. Now we are kind of forced to be here. By the way, there is an additional reason on why I'm trying to get my mana up so high. Not just so we have a good amount of mana regen, so we can sustain our Ice Nova. There is a secret reason which I'm gonna be showing later. Quicker strike. Is the staff any good? It's actually a decent staff for a fire build, because we can even craft on it. Might keep it around. You never know. Right, so this one was a dud. Although I think we can use it to... yeah, we can get a chromatic orb out of it. And which one do we want? So currently we're fully Avenging, so getting 100% increased energy shield is kind of pointless. We could regenerate 2% of our energy shield per second, which would help out a lot. 30% of chaos damage does not bypass energy shield is also good. But if we keep our life pool kind of high and our chaos resistance up, that doesn't really matter. I think I'm gonna pick this one for now. And if we get damaged... yeah, well, the 2% isn't that much per second, but it's gonna get better a bit later once we get into one of the ascendancies. That's gonna be a long ways away. So we've been focusing on survivability for quite some time. And the obvious question is like, well, what's the next focus? Again, damage seems to be the place we're lacking currently. So maybe let's fix that, right? So the next idea I have is to go up here. That would require 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 skill points.
When I'm ready,
What that will do, it's gonna make our power charge to be even better. And we've reached the place where we need to enter. The crypt. Now over here is another trial, but I think I've done them, so let's skip that. And what we're trying to find is a particular sarcophagus, which is going to allow us to progress further. So this one, yeah, has mirage images. But if we keep him here, he just comes to us and we're able to deal with still consistent damage to him. Is the entrance over there? Yeah, we can still keep heading further. I think this is gonna be where we need to go. Exactly. Let's go down stairs. And we're looking for a map. Should probably get a flask that removes chill effects. That wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. Faster start of energy shield recharge is useless to us, so this item is useless. Also, it didn't have anything that
I'm ready.
else that we're looking for. Battle Mage's Cry, what is it? War Cry counts total power and Buff makes increases and reductions to spell damage also apply to attacks at 25% of their value. Yeah, but it's for melee. I've never messed around with war cries all that much, but they do have some interesting ones. The endurance cry, of course, we probably are going to be using a bit later. Okay, good. They're circlet. We have Soul Eater. And Annoying. What Soul Eater does is for every enemy that dies nearby, or I guess even allies, seems like maybe enemies only, he gets increased attack speed. So you can see how fast he's starting to attack. And it is honestly broken. Like, look at his speed. Keeps on going indefinitely. And to be honest, that's really dangerous for a hardcore character. If you let him accumulate too much speed, he's gonna just one-shot you. It will seem like he one-shots you. Casting once reserved mana to carry a banner. I don't want to use a banner. Yeah, we got the map. How much damage is our Frostblink doing? Average 1.7. Right, so it's pretty decent. Don't really care about any of these. This is the sulfur flask. As you can see, that's why the unique item that we got that increased the damage and concentrated ground, it comes from this one, just the unique version. These mittens, we decided that they're not gonna work, right? Yeah, because they would be cool to use, but since they don't have the +9 to attributes, we can't really use them. Let's sell some of these items. Is this any good? No, it isn't. And I need another bow. This one does have increased crit chance. I think I have some bows lying around. Maybe I don't. And I said this one would be a keeper, right? As well as this one.
Greetings.
Now let's deposit this one over here. And
Greetings.
yeah, we're ready to head back. There's also Alva, she's another League mechanic. Well, she's technically a person, but she's part of a League mechanic. Alright. We need to go back there. So now we can head to Chamber of Sins. Suddenly we see Silk here, and we can place the map device inside here. We can place the Malagrov's map inside the map device. And it will open up 6 of these portals, which we can enter. Which technically gives us 6 tries, but well, we are hardcore, so I have 1 try. Although if we do decide to portal out of here, that means that we used 1 of the portals and then used 5 more. Which is a mechanic that we're gonna be using later on. This is kind of like a soft introduction to mapping, which comes at the endgame portion. Another smuggler's cache. Might as well start stacking the contracts. Alright, let's check it. Do I want to... I guess I could. Once we get rid of his energy shield, then he's no problem. Now, every time we hear like a harder hitting noise when we do our attack, that actually is a critical strike. Kinda sounds like glass shattering. I'm pretty sure that it's critical strike. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that is. Hey. Oh, thank you. Now, do we want to potentially get the level up before the boss? Maybe. Will we get it? Maybe. We're at 73, we started with 69 when we battled those monsters, so probably gonna be cutting it close. Hatred, that's good for us. So, this guy's a bit annoying. Life regen and energy shield explodes. How much damage does it do? And nothing much. The life regen is... Can we even kill him? It's because of the consecrated ground, he has basically double life regen. Yeah, we sadly cannot kill him. And that can happen, these modifiers are randomly placed on them. And if you get a combination like that, there's not much you can do. Right, seems like the answer was no, so let's head into Melgora's workshop. And hey, who's that? I think we've seen this guy before. Well, he has a couple of new gimmicks now. So once we do a little bit of damage to him... There we go. He's gonna go in here and summon a monster. I think he's supposed to be like inside of him, because like showed up right there, then he disappeared. I don't know what the implication is. But once we defeat this monster, we're gonna be able to do damage to the main boss, and he's gonna summon one more monster afterwards. Okay, half health he does that apparently. And now he's hiding in the corner for some reason. And he does get a new attack in this phase, but it's fairly easy to avoid, just run around a circle. There we go. We got the black venom. We can now get out of here. And yeah, you'll notice that this portal's now used up, but we still have 5 more. So technically we can enter it if we want to, but once all of them are gone, that's it. Now we got the obsidian key. We can use that to get to the 2nd level of Chamber of Sins. It's apparently it was locked.
When I'm ready.
Can we get the size increase? So this is level 52 area, and we're level 55, and it seems like the monsters aren't giving us too much XP, so yeah, diminishing returns. I hate messing with the temporal. Let's just run away. Right, 2 stone ring. Any good? Not really. And so, do we want to head up here, or do we want to quickly grab the plus 30 dexterity? I think we can grab the dexterity for now, and we can always refund it. And now we can replace it with this. Do lose a little bit of life, but I think overall we're gonna get benefits out of it. But I do need to craft on it first. And that also allows us to finally get the level up in Grace. Oh, and it seems there's one this here. Again, just follow the trail, kill all the enemies. And either it's gonna go to a different place or give you the chest at the end. And there's the throw. Ooh! Let's open it up. And I guess I'll pick the searching eye and just GTFO. So explore the bottom, we explored the right side, so I guess it's on the top this time. We need to go the long way, right?
When I'm ready and not.
Okay, there's the exit. You don't have the key, this still appears purple. And the reason why we need to go here, because if you remember the place where we first met, well, it's not the first one, the second time we met Piety and fought that really weird abomination monster, well, there's actually a secret passageway that will allow us to finally progress in the zone. Why am I trying to kill this dude? Because I can. It's nice to sometimes flex on the enemies, even if it takes like 3 years to kill them. And there's one more labyrinth. Which one was this? Yeah, it's the saw blade one. So we're almost full on sulfide. So we may do maybe level 35 that, see how it goes, and then gradually increase the difficulty. Because I do love the delve, but it can be quite dangerous. The amount of enemies there are just ridiculous. Is this better? Don't think so. It's nice, but not better. And this one, region life while moving. Never seen that before. It's not that much, so it's not really important to keep it. Okay, so let's find the battlefield piety. Get the hell out of Dodge. Yeah, this looks like the correct place. Sadly, this time we don't have any weird spider people right here, so we'll just get out of here and continue on with the act. Do I need to... Yeah, let's quickly go to the bridge encampment. Maybe sort a couple of things out. We can talk to Helena, get ourselves a reward. Probably between these two. I'm thinking for now, let's see if we can boost up our energy shield. We can, but we lose a lot of life, so no thank you. And lastly, let's sell a couple of these items that we don't need. We don't care about these kind of fire. I kind of hate the fire damage and then +1 level to cold spells. Come on. That is useless. We want to sell that. Alright, and now that we're here, we're also gonna go to the hideout and see about getting ourselves the leather gloves. So, if we put them in, what we can do is over here, evasion and energy shield. That I think is gonna work out best. 42%, so it was about 100 evasion, that we get 45 energy shield. And for that we do sacrifice a little bit of life. And is it all that better to do that? Yeah, I like the nice 2k. Now we can head back to the den and get the hell out of Dodge. Okay, we get... Let's keep these guys alive, because I can see that there's another delirium mirror. This time it's armor. Loyalty. Don't remember which one that is. Kinda hard to pick things up when there are so many enemies around. So let's get to level 3 and I think that's gonna be enough. Another loyalty. It's orbs of fusing, another loyalty. Yeah, we need to keep moving. It's the fog's catching up. Gonna keep moving so the enemies follow us, but we can kill them here. No, still need to go this direction. Alright, we made it to level 3. That one is weapons, yeah. It always looks like a knife and a fork to me, I don't know why. couple of rare enemies, which is quite annoying because all of them can deal large amounts of damage. Okay, let's ignore this guy, take the Omen Wand. Although we can't ignore him because we need to open up the chest. No, not the chest, but strongbox. Maybe let's take the Sanctified Mana Flask. Not like we need to anymore, because our mana situation is much better than it was before, but still. Had to mute the mic because I was coughing. Coiled one, that was lightning, so that's gonna be useful. So we can check the gloves. Now we get absolutely nothing on this one, and these one, they look the same. We can also check this amulet that we found, because maybe it's a replacement for our current one. So our current one increases spell damage, adds more energy shield, and mana regenerate. And this one, damage over time, which we don't care about, physical damage we don't care about, maximum energy shield we already have. So this would be for life regen. I'm gonna pass on this one.
When I'm ready and not
Okay. And as you can see, the consecrated effect, concentrated, or like, yeah, it's concentrated. It's now level 8, so it's catching up to the support gem that we replaced, which was level 11. So now that we're here, what we need to do is just find the next Pantheon boss. So, Roost. Quite an easy fight. First you need to just wait until the first doggo spawns, then another doggo will spawn, and then the guy himself will come. You do get attacked by these raining arrows, but they only inflict hindrance, so... Is it hindrance or maim? No, it's maim. It's not anything we really need to worry about. Plus, as you can see, we can keep up our energy shield quite nicely. This boss doesn't have any real stages, so it's all about just staying close to him and damaging him. I guess we'll try to evade the raining arrows as much as we can. It does suck this golems, well, not golems, but totems, did he? So I don't know what that really does for him. Maybe it gives him a temporary boost or something. Maybe it's this attack. Okay, he's almost dead, and then we're gonna get access to yet another Pantheon. What quality was it? Only 6. Well, let's see what the effect it has. Increased life recovery, but it removes mana, and we know that one doesn't really work out that well, based on the previous experience here. And I think the one we get is the Soul of Recollesh, reduces physical damage over time while moving. This one is actually really nice. However, on our character, since we're mostly stationary, I still think that the additional physical damage reduction is gonna be better. So before we progress further, I am gonna do the slight mini quest. For that I need to talk to Helena here. She's gonna give me this necklace.
Go with courage.
And Eramir, the lad, the man, the myth, the legend, gives us another skill point, so we're gonna start heading over to the power charge area. So, we can now head back to the northern forest. The first place we probably want to visit. Maybe kill these guys first. First place we want to visit is usually down south.
When I'm ready, and not
That's a lot of boots. Fortunately, they're all of the type of armor and evasion, which is not what we're looking for. Okay, so there's the trinket. Here we need to collect around 7 butterflies. Not butterflies, but fireflies. And if we collect the 2 deposits that Nico has, we're also gonna be full on sulfurite. Now I want to clear these guys before I go into the Den of Despair, because there's gonna be a boss fight, which can potentially be dangerous. So let's be careful. Although, all I'm getting is 10 intelligence, so that's not gonna really help me out here. But still, I mean, more mana, I guess. Oh, that also increases our energy shield, so... Now, the real danger from this boss fight comes in the fact that after a while, he's just gonna keep putting stacks of a debuff here. And as you can see, we are slower, we take more damage, and have reduced light radius. Oh my god, not the light radius. But yeah, since he keeps those stacks up, we need to make sure that we don't get damaged too often. Now we can avoid that by sticking to his ass, as per usual. So we're gonna do the old circle strafe technique here. We do get hit sometimes, but as long as it's not too often, it should be good. Now when he yells, he summons these things that launch a couple of projectiles. But it should all be good. Now I think if those projectiles hit, I think they apply the debuff, right? Or maybe it's that roar he did. I'm usually never paying attention to this boss because I can kill him with no problem, but in this challenge, of course, we are lacking a little bit of power. So yeah, I think we're gonna end it with... Do we get the 10 stack? No, we don't. Hey, anything good here? Not for us. I would like to get the evasion up, but since we have such problems with dexterity, I don't think it's gonna work out. Orca, hello. We are currently in Act 8, trying not to die like usual. How are you this fine evening?
Good find, Exile.
When I'm ready and not before.
Okay, so that's 3, so I think 4 more. You know, 2 of them are there, I'm just looking for the rest of them. Never seen them so spawn so close together. Someone here is placing annoying ass totems. That's the Dreadson. You were busy last night with college stuff, so you had an all-nighter. And then early college took power nap and went out my way. Well, sounds like a fun evening. Ooh, wait a minute, this last epoch release soon? When does last epoch officially release? I'm curious. Tomorrow. It's still gonna be the same price of $30 or something. Which, to be fair, is a fair cost for a game if they're focused. For instance, I know that their stash tab system is based on in-game resources, which is called gold, and then you'll be able to get as many stash tabs as you want. So if you just 37 with tax, that's not too bad. I mean, to be fair, Path of Exile does require basically the same amount of... Ooh. We do get a blueprint. Okay, good. But yeah, Path of Exile also requires that big of an investment if you like want to play it without any real hindrance. So maybe then I should consider doing a last epoch stream. Although, from what I've seen, that game doesn't interest me as much.
When I'm ready and
It
not
resembles Diablo 4 too much for me. Now, did we get all of them? Yeah, deliver the fireflies to the end. Okay, now that that's done, gracias, Eramir, we can finally start speaking right here. So, extra mana regen, that seems like, whatever, but we're gonna get critical chance, critical strike multiplier, and as well as faster power charge getting, because it will also happen on kill, but also 8% increased damage, that's the one we're looking for. Do I need to talk to anyone else here? I think not. So we can head back to the northern forest. Let's find the altar. Should probably do a more in-depth look at the last epoch, because well, visually it's not for me. Have a nice stream, try not to die. Alright, go to sleep, man. Thank you for joining me here. See you next time. And try not to die. Come on, man. I never die. I'm a professional. I've been doing this before you even learned how to walk. Right. Let's use the shrine. Kill all the enemies, although that's not necessary. But if these fuckers are gonna come for me, well, then I got some use for them. And that news is dead. Yeah, I thought the last epoch was actually like a month or so. Thought it was closer to March. Now I do know a little bit about the end game there, but not enough to know if that's something that would interest me. And if I were to do it, I would first do a regular run, get to the end game, and probably see if we can do something similar that I'm currently doing here in Path of Exile. Although there isn't really any rush, I'm not really gonna force myself to play something that's not what I truly want to play.
When I'm ready and not before.
Okay, the causeway. Over here we need to find one optional item. But luckily that's always at the end of the map, so basically we just need to get all the way to the end. It's our first enemy who has Molten Shell like this. Yeah, so if we keep attacking him with hits, it's gonna explode. So do be careful around them. Especially ones who are quite fast in getting to you. That's why you kinda wanna time it. So now it's about to attack, dodge. He doesn't get close enough to me for the Molten Shell to trigger. There's the waypoint. Oh, come on. And this is our first introduction to incursions. Now, do I want to do them? Probably not. The chance of me actually completing it is, I think, close to 0, right? But for content, I'll just do one. So, this is another league mechanic. So how it works is that you can see we have all of these places out here. We have 12 incursions remaining, and what it does is that if we look over here, can you shut the hell up?
Hello, Exile. I believe this. I found a way to blaze a trail to the legend.
Okay, she won't shut up. So how it works is we kind of want to make sure that pathways are created between all of these places, so later on when we do all of our incursions, we're going to be able to enter this place and go through every place that's connected, right? And you can see that some of these give you certain benefits. For instance, Gem Cutter's Workshop, it's tier 1, it contains chests full of gems. Banquet Hall, tunnels, they don't do anything. So over here we have Tempest Generator.
That's
Now
why
what we can do inside of this incursion is we can kill
be careful what you do while you're there.
one of the two major NPCs here. If we kill the upper one, it
What
adds...
are you waiting for?
We upgrade it to a Hurricane engine, which is gonna do slightly different stuff than the current one. It's essentially double the increased duration, right? I'm not actually sure what the Hurricane engine was, but if we do it over here, then it's gonna turn it into a sparring room. Alright. So if we kill one of them, that's what's gonna happen. And we also have doors. If we kill the monsters and they drop a stone of passage, we're able to unlock these doors. Now, since we're over here, I think trying to maybe open up this door would be nice. So let's see if we can do it, but hopefully I won't die. Because there are a bunch of enemies here. They aren't high HP though, but still. Now you do have only a limited time. The timer increases for every enemy you kill. This is the guy we should kill if we want to upgrade him, but again, our damage is so low that I don't think we're gonna be able to do so. So instead, what I'm gonna do is hope to get a passage stone, but it seems like I didn't. And now it ends.
Good job.
We go back and
Good to see you
we can
survived
see
the
that nothing
first
changed
night.
because I didn't do anything. But if I had stone of passage, then it would have created
They must be
a road
performed under certain
that connects to the apex.
conditions.
So that's the basic gist. And you get, by default, you get 3 incursions every time you find Alva. You can even bump that up to 4 later on. And incursions apparently are one of the better ways to generate currency. Some of those rooms are really powerful. And you want to not just unlock passageways, you want to kind of manufacture which rooms do you get. Or what tier of room do you get. Rooms go up to tier 3. And the higher the tier, the better the rewards. Plus, when you enter into the incursion, afterwards the temple itself, what it's gonna do is also grant you a buff that increases your item rarity or item quantity, can't remember which one. So yeah, expect to see lots of items. Lore-wise, essentially, it is like you traveled back into the past and change the past to change the future, something. Okay, we have a wand. Is it any good? It's good if we were doing projectiles, but we aren't. That's not that good. Right, now she's gonna turn into a little foxy. Didn't want to go to the hideout, just derped it up. Let's go back to the encampment. And guess let's check out the Onyx.
Hello.
Have a bunch of stuff to sell at least. Now, is it any good?
Farewell.
Let's never speak of that one again. Guess let's take the rogue markers and carrying them. I really wish that there was a better way to hold these. Well, in your hideout, you're able to access the heist locker, I think. Finally got a blueprint. Probably we're gonna check it out once we get into the end game. Now, I think we've taken care of everything else. I'll get a better flask.
When I'm ready and not bored.
Hybrid flask, which we don't really care about. They're kind of good, but the problem with them is their consumption rate. They consume 20 out of 40 charges, which means we can only use them twice. Okay, now let's quickly compare. Now we are at 4 charges, and we have a 21.7. Now, if can we quickly keep that up? Yes. It now bumped it up to 23.64, so a slight upgrade. So now it's close to 1 every fourth hit is a critical strike. And it's gonna get slightly better, because I plan on even upping the amount of charges we can get. For now, the maximum is 4, we can get it up to 5, even 6 if we really wanted to, but I doubt we're gonna do that. Again, not gonna mess with those guys. I really hate the shield. That's the one thing I would definitely get rid of if I had any say in the matter. It's just not interesting to deal with. Happen to attract some audience, so let's get rid of them so it's an easier fight here. A breathing jewel. Any good? Not really. So we got 6k damage. Would honestly like that to be higher. For that we need 2 more level ups. Well, I guess we... Did it give us a skill point? I completely forgot about start. Yes, it does, so only 1 more level then.
That would just make life complicated.
Now we happen to stumble upon another expedition. Is there one that grants increased experience? That would be good. Now the way to the boss is quite long, so chances are we are gonna get the level regardless, but still. Nice to have some security about that. Region life. And that's the only normal thing about it. Although the 32% is a decent roll, it's tier 6. But our current boots just give us too much life, man. So, currency items, rare armor, and increased experience. So, need to go here. Is there anything else? Seems like no. Let's just do all of them. What are we?
Taking on some serious
Scared.
danger, I see.
Nah, man, there's no danger here. Probably should have read what the debuffs might have been for these enemies. Oh well, seems like we're dealing with them just fine.
When I'm ready and not
This big guy. It's quite interesting. Let's see, maybe we can distract him with the help of him. I so only now one attacks. So it seems like the other one's attacking us as well. Now this dude is regening life too fast, so I don't think we're gonna even be able to kill him. Yeah, good luck, man. Hope that guy isn't on hardcore, right? Okay, so we're 30% there. Alright, circuit. Never get lucky. Although I think that circuit is for physical builds. Okay, 37. Let's search for a couple more guys here. Should I go into the corrupted zone? Well, they have 13% more life, but yeah, sure, let's do one.
when I'm ready and not
Okay, where do we need to go? Let's identify this one. If it freezes us, then we can't do it. But it doesn't. Okay, there's the final boss. Shrapnel beer. Or shrapnel bear. Who cares what his name is? He's dead. Do we get anything cool? Hooker strike. Animate weapons. We do get sacrifice at dusk. It's an item that can be used later to access a certain map if we collect 4 pieces of it. I just think we found... Yeah, we found our new helmet for now. 92 max life. Good Jesus. But yeah, it's corrupted, so there's that. At some point we're probably gonna get rid of it, but for now, hey, best in slot is best in slot. Guess nobody is left here for us to kill, at least in close by radius, so let's just head further down. %. Now, after this, there's one more level, and then should be, I think, one more. That's the shorter one. I think we can get over here, can't we? Yep. But that's only because our gem. Where was it? It's Frostbite. Frostblink. It has 28% maximum distance travel. Without increases to that, it just wouldn't be able to do so.
When I'm ready and not before.
There's the exit. And I think we're gonna, yeah, make it to another level up. And that's the important one, because right before the boss fight, we're gonna up our damage a little bit. Should help with the upcoming fight. Unlucky for us, this guy decided to be, again, living in Norway. Not sure if even Norway is the best example. Canada, maybe? I hear it's cold there. Get another shot at the shield. Now, is it any good? We keep our resistances. And we get a bunch of spell damage. And let's see, it has full prefixes. So more damage. Actually less resistances. That one has fire and cold. It's hard to choose. Right, let's stick to being alive instead of dealing like a little bit more damage. Okay, what do we get? Contempt and Greed. Alright, let's check it out. Oh no, it's the mana side. He also life regions now, thank you. Now we only need 4% more. Guess we can head down.
Great.
When I'm ready and not
Right, there we go. So let's clear the area and let's see what is the actual increase. Let's wait until our power charges disappear. Okay, so our current damage is around 5.2, right? Now, let's get ourselves up to 4 charges. Now our damage is 6.4, so 1.2, right? Now, once we take this one, and we're still at 4 charges, now 6.2, so we gain 1000 extra. Not bad. Certainly not bad. And, if I'm correct about this assumption, yeah, by default, we gain 1 power charge. We're always gonna have 1. And we also get now a 9% chance to get the power charge when we kill an enemy, so we're gonna get up to 4 charges much faster. Turns out there was one more level, but this one's the last one. Suddenly lost audio. Oh. Let's not even bother with these guys. Time for a boss fight. Now, this boss fight is, let's say, interesting. The first phase is quite easy, but you'll notice the annoying mechanic that starts at the beginning here as well. First of all, it's these lasers. And the second thing is the movement speed reduction. Now, the way you actually solve that issue, we're covered in webs, right, is that the fox right here, it actually, every time it blows its fire breath on us, it removes charges of that. So we need to be keeping an eye out for these lasers because they deal the most damage. But phase 2 is where it's gonna be a bit more trickier. And every once in a while, the spider is gonna just move to one of the 3 places. Now Silk or Simp over there is gonna get eaten real quick. once we deal enough damage. It's apparently he's into this beast some way, kind of like in the episode of Rick and Morty about the fortune cookies. Okay, now comes the hard part. The reason why it's the hard part is we do need to be mindful of where we stand. We want to stand here in the corners because now the boss gets an additional move. When he starts moving towards us like so, we want to go to the opposite direction because it's going to start firing these lasers. Again, we bait the attack on one side and just move to the other one. The reason why we want it on the sides is because then it's not in the middle where sometimes it's hard to read when she's about to do that attack.
When I'm ready and not before.
For some reason she doesn't really want to move away. I do need to move away. You ever plan on going to any of the corners? Guess not. Oh well. Well, we did it. Catalyst. The rest of this I don't think is gonna be all that interesting.
Death is the true climax of perverted lust.
And we get our access to yet another Pantheon. This one, 10% reduced damage taken from damage over time. That can be good, but don't really care about. Although, I think the capture Maligaro, the Mutilator, would be good for us. But for that we would need to capture Maligaro. Alright, goodbye Simp, we hardly knew you. And with that, we actually enter Act 8. All we need to do is just make our way to the encampment. And these guys, the ones who do these lightning killers, don't know what you call them, they are a run-ender. So we're at level 59, which means that we are doing decent. And I think before we end today's stream, I'm gonna go into the labyrinth. My god. Got worried for a second.
When I'm ready and not
Okay, we reached the Sarn encampment. Same old place we all know and love. Except greener. Now we do have a couple of items to sell.
Don't do anything I would.
Our chromatic orb collection is now again up to a nice number. And we do have enough to get ourselves a wall orb, but don't really care about that. I think I have plenty. Yeah, 13. Which we'll need later if we get to red maps. Although with this character, not sure if that's gonna be likely. Right, the cruel wyvern. And before I do it, I need to refill my vape. Let's enjoy the grace period. And yeah, the second labyrinth. You'll notice at the beginning, it's already different because we have two places where we can start going. I'm gonna take a look at what kind of forgotten reliquary we have gotten today. So I'm not gonna immediately head to the exit. So apparently this guy swears a lot. That's why we decided to kill him. Let's head up here and see what do we get. Heart of the Gargoyle. Yeah, those gargoyles can be annoying. Especially with our low damage output. Okay, we do have a shot at another scepter. Hopefully it's good. Increase cold fire damage. Nah. So what this does, I think we found one kind of similar to one that was idle, will not regenerate life. There's gonna be in the second room, I believe. 2 to 3 gargoyles, I think it's 2 usually, that are gonna spawn, and if we hit him, it's gonna immediately die, so we only have to deal with 1 gargoyle. Now this location we don't want to go, because that's always going to be the estate path. Well, not estate path itself, but it's going to be the one that leads upwards. I think I could farm for 1 more level here while I'm at it.
Close to the end of the path.
So yeah, are we gonna get oh, they appear already in the first battle. Should I save it for the second one? I doubt I'm gonna be able to. So soon that guy's gonna come alive. There he is, and he gets killed immediately. Now, they aren't doing too bad. Zaro is almost at the HP thresh mark, so I think we have a good chance.
You are inexhaustible. Pity the Emperor who sits alone on his throne.
Now, we didn't actually check the Forgotten Reliquary, I think, because that's the one that's actually the walls. So there should be one more. So I'll show that one instead. These poison traps are quite deadly. The most annoying thing is that they slow you down, and there's another trap nearby. I've ended some hardcore runs that way. There could be one here. Yeah, there is. So the way you can spot these is by looking at where there is kind of like a doorway in the walls. If we find it, you'll usually find a switch somewhere close by, which you can then access to get into this area. What's the benefit of it? Well, it's the shrine. So what does it do?
Dark influences reside.
You will receive an additional use of the Divine Font. Alright, that's good. Means we can maybe get our
And not before.
quality up on one of our gems. And this is the incorrect exit. I need to head to that one. So we're here. I think there was a labyrinth throw at the end. Or is this the actual exit? I doubt it. Oh, it was the labyrinth throw. Labyrinth throws again have a great chance to give us some items. This time we only got a Sacrifice at Dawn, but it is a different piece than the one we had. And I think that's the rarest piece. I don't think all of them drop at the same rate. Could be wrong, but I've noticed I've always collected like the top left, top right, and bottom left. Right, there should be another Forgotten Reliquary there. So let's find... So, I guess it's not the walls. Then the Forgotten Reliquary is the decorative boxes that contain the items. For this one I think we just need to open this switch. Yeah, these traps can be quite dangerous. Okay, so there's the labyrinth throw. But in order to get there, we need to do the same puzzle that was at the beacon. We'll see if it looks a bit too spicy to handle, then we aren't gonna do it. Gonna keep here on the right side so we avoid the spinning trap. Oh, it is nice that traps also affect enemies, so that guy just got meat grinded. Yay. Guess I risked that for 3 chromatic orbs. Don't judge me. Okay, we're so close. I'm just gonna not attack this guy. Let's head inside here. We get anything good? Couple of currency. So here's the trial. We're at 69. Nice.
When the time comes to strike, an emperor strikes without hesitation.
You said it, bro.
Entertain doubt, this lends strength to one's enemies. Rise to the occasion.
So nothing new here in terms of mechanics. These statues we've seen before. Once they fully charge up, they're just gonna summon these balls that deal different kind of elemental damage. Other than that, nothing to worry about.
You were born for this.
Stop, man. You're making me blush. I wonder what is there. Let's go check it out. There's a locked door over there. We have a lever. And does it contain anything? Maybe let's see if we can keep this guy close to the blades. Yeah, there we go. So, what was the point of this room? Ah, I see now. It's to waste my fucking time. Get it, get it. Ooh. Is that a 5-1? No, it's a 3-1. But that's something we could work with, right? Evasion and energy shield. I was talking like that one of the possibilities would be to go for a mix. So that we don't lose on too much evasion.
I need more mana.
Okay, we're at 84. Now, even if we don't get it on this stage, we still have two more to go through before we reach the final trial. Ew, that sounded juicy. Nope. Not gonna deal with that. Okay, what is this? Hold for us. Detonates nearby corpses. Well, there shouldn't be any, so... Well, now there were, so I just created a bunch.
When I'm ready and not
So this guy blinds us. He's hasted. Kinda useless. Nothing to worry about. Even though he's hasted, his damage output is nothing compared to ours. These are not the gloves I've been looking for. And we can head over here. So how much damage does this do? Oh, pretty significant. Oh. Okay, is anyone gonna bother us here? Seems like the answer is no. Do we get anything in charge mastery? We could go for charge duration, but I don't think we need to. We're able to stay in that. 3% increased damage per charge. That would put us at 12% increased damage. Later on for 15% increased damage. And if we even decide to use endurance charges, that would mean we get a total of 8, which would be 24%. 24% sounds decent. Now, is there something better we want to take right now? Let's go for just maximum energy shield over here. Cast speed is also again tempting to get. I think first let's go here. And again, all I'm doing is now searching for the exit on the top right. That's my trademark strategy. Alright, there's the trial.
An aspirant can afford to be promising. An emperor must keep those promises.
Okay, so now we can see the traps. This is the good layout, where we can still keep in the middle and nothing's gonna really damage us. However, he does have a new mechanic now. We'll see it shortly. This ring, if we stay in it, we get transported in... it's not a random direction, but there's another green circle that he places somewhere. That's where we're gonna get teleported to. We would have gotten teleported there. Now all that's left is just to kill him. Need to pick that up. I so need to pick up that scroll wisdom mid-fight, right?
Give no quarter.
And that's the second labyrinth. Done.
At last.
Okay, anything good? Let me check that. Maybe this one, Scepter. Sure. Opus ring, why not? Okay. Anything good from these items? increase cold, cold, and burning damage. 26% increased elemental damage. Unfortunately, it adds 23 to 48 cold damage, so that wouldn't actually get added to our spells. So this is a no-go. About this one. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to beat now. 92 maximum life. 51 is good. No. This could end up being decent. I'll keep it for future. And we have 2 keys. .43 life. But we don't get as much energy shield. However, we can of course craft it. This one's decent. Okay, so this is candidate as an upgrade for this one. We would need to make it a 4-piece, but that's no problem. And we'll have to see about if we can make this one work. We still have orbs of fusing here. And it's said that we're able to use the divine font twice, and since we did the second labyrinth, we get a couple of different options here. Sadly, we can't get the adds quality. We still get the transfigured gem option, but we can sacrifice a gem for treasure keys. And we can also just purely add XP to any one we want. So for instance, let's up our Ice Nova damage. So now it's level 20. And it's gonna get there closer to 21. I'm fine with it. Okay, now the question is, where do we want to go? Well, honestly, there are only 2 answers. Because I don't really care about this. This one's kinda useless. And we can either go here, and this is gonna be an investment, because after this one, it's gonna lead to Frigid Wake. Or we go for Wild Bastion. Now we're gonna get all of these. Question is, like, in what order? This would help with damage. And this would also help with damage. But I think I'm gonna go for survival. Did that just give me some energy shield? Or who knows? Alright, so we did it. That's the second labyrinth. Now to get to the third one, I can show you quickly. To get to the third one, we need to find 3 more trials that I haven't found on this character, but you can guess based on the level that it's gonna be a little bit in the future acts. And then the Eternal Labyrinth doesn't have any unknown areas. That's because it has a flat-out cost of an item that you can find during the endgame.
When I'm ready and not before.
Okay, technically the wrong place, but I guess let's go to the hideout. Let's see about upgrades, right? So we decided that this one's not gonna work, right? Yeah. Let's destroy that one. I'm not gonna need this. We can sell this item. Check the Onyx Amulet. This one solves a lot of our problems. However, for fire resistance 98, so if we were to look south, we of course get a lot less. See what kind of prefix we can get on this. Probably only a life or mana. But maybe let's put life on it. And now we have, yeah, 75. Good. Okay, that sorts that out. Over here, I guess before we craft on that one, let's test our luck. There's one Orb of Alchemy and... let's imagine that didn't happen, and... Decent life, but no other benefits. So okay, so this is gonna be a dud for now. And... Item level 55, that is decent. So I can try one more time. Okay, that's something closer to what I want, but... Okay, now this I can work with. Depending on... Yes, those are 3 suffixes. So... We can put... this one on. And it's gonna be 389 plus 82, which is gonna be twice the amount of energy shield, but we do get some invasion. And comparing it now, well, this one potentially also can have more slots. Let's see, let's use like until 15. Okay, a couple more. It's 4-link, but we already got a 4-link. Chances of getting a 5-link are fairly low. Actually, why did I do that? Yeah, if I wanted to roll for more, I should have put armor scraps. You know what? I'm too invested. Let's go. Let's see if that helps us. Yeah, I didn't think so. Well, that was a waste of perfectly good currency. Well, I do have 2 more. Ooh. Okay, we did get a 5-link. Now... yeah, let's work with this. So now, what do we need? What would be our 5th gem? Let's search for cold. So here we have added cold damage. Prismatic burst, element of provocation, frigid bond, bone chip. Let's call to fire. What about spell? Any of these increase spell damage? Cast on crit, cast on that, nah. So we should be looking over here. Cast while channeling, while we aren't channeling. Spell echo. So we can use spell echo. So we do less damage, but they're gonna repeat an additional time. So we're basically doubling our damage that way. And we also cast faster. I think I should try it out. So it costs 1 alchemy that we don't have anymore. Let's see about getting it.
That would just make life complicated.
So, how much is it? 1 orb of regret.
Bye.
Okay.
Godslayer.
So we wanted spell echo. That was over here. Now, that means we need full blue. Don't know how that's gonna be possible here. how likely that is. That's 4. We did get 5 blue, but not on the correct slot. Again? Really? We're down to 15. And we're all out. Whoops. No use crying over spilled milk. Let's see. Any of these that are actually garbage? No. So, we'll just equip this piece later. As for this piece of gear, we can destroy it. And do we need to craft anything else? We can actually remove the dexterity, but what else are we gonna put there? Mana? Who cares? I think we can put the... Yeah, we could technically roll for a higher this one, but then we would need 2 orbs of alchemy, so that's not gonna work. Alright, you know what? It is what it is, can't always get lucky. There was another option here where instead of spell echo, I could have went for the added cold support, and that would require us to get only 4 blue, and one of those has to be a green one, which we did also get a couple of times, but we'll get it eventually. Now, you can buy chromatic orbs,
Yes.
but look at this. 1 chromatic orb, 3 jeweler's orbs. I mean, I think that's a sin.
Be careful.
But yeah, that's gonna do it for today. We beat the labyrinth, we got ourselves to Act 8, and tomorrow we're gonna be continuing down this road, and hopefully, at some point, get ourselves to the end of the campaign. So thanks for joining me today, and goodbye.